Okay, so let's take a look at all the parts of the awesome Johnny 99 from Nebraska. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video, because at the end of the video I'm going to be playing through the whole song and you'll see tab scroll across the screen. Okay, so this song's in the key of B major. It's capo fret 2 for this one. And if you want to play it along with the original recording, you might have to flatten the strings a little bit, just because it's kind of quite raw, the recording. I think he did it in his kitchen or something like that with a sort of an 8-track recorder, so it's very kind of stripped down raw sound, so you might have to fiddle with it a little bit if you want to play along with the original. Okay, so the tempo is about 155 BPM, quite a fast one. Let's take a look at the chords first. So we've got a classic A5 power chord. Okay, so 0, 2, 2, and use your first finger to bar that D and G strings there. Now if you put a few variations here, this A5 chord. If you put your third finger, ring finger, 4th fret D, you've got this F sharp minor over A kind of chord here. Sounds a lot more complicated than it actually is. Okay, very bluesy sound. You also if you put your third ring finger on the 4th fret of the A, you've got an A over C sharp. So that's another variation. And if you put your pinky or your third on the 4th fret of the G, you've got an A sus2. So again, the main chords are this kind of the bluesy kind of A5, D5 and E5 that we'll be doing, but with some variations. Okay, so A5, third finger D, third finger A, pinky or third finger 4th fret G. Okay, they're all the kind of the A chords, and you've got D5, even simpler D5 to normal, first finger 2nd fret G. Occasionally he plays his third finger 4th fret G. Okay, so that's the D5, and then we've got an E5, and kind of same thing as we did with the A, pretty much for 2 of the chords. Add your third or ring finger, 4th fret A, and that'll be a C sharp minor over E chord. Again, more complicated than it to say than it is to play, really. And then third finger, 4th fret low E, so that'll be an E over G sharp chord. Okay, so not too many chords, and a lot of them are just variations of the classic A5, D5, and then E5. So the song structure I'm going to put up on the screen. What I've done is just a simplified song structure. Rather than those fancy chord names with the slight variations, I'll put asterisks by any chord that's got some sort of variation going on there. So feel free to use that song structure, help you break down all the individual sections. I've also put the timestamps from the original recording on that, so you can copy and paste that, put it in a Word file, and and that'll be a stripped down version. Obviously, if you want to get really close to the original with all those awesome little nuances that Bruce is doing, then yeah, you can use the tab from here, so it'll be awesome. So intro, let's start off with the intro first. So what you're going to do, open A, D and G strings, hammer onto the A5, do an upstroke 2nd fret G, downstroke 2nd fret D. So this is just a one-off kind of bit to start the song off. Okay, so you just do that once. Now into the first verse. Now what we've got here is this kind of common accent pattern. So what I mean by this, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now most of the bars, I think all of them, have got 8 strums in a bar. So you're going to do downstrokes or alternate if you want. It's hard to hear in the record what he's doing. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so now if I didn't have any of those accents there, it would just sound like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But by putting the accents on the 1 and the and of 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, just sounds immediately much better. So the first verse, you're basically going to do 6 chords, 6 bars of A5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and bar 2. You can maybe palm mute a little bit to bring out those accents. Sorry, 5 bars of the A5, and then E5 and then we're into the 2 bars of A5. So this is the intro still. So that's the intro, he's kind of doing some high-pitched kind of notes there. Then he starts the first verse, okay, you're going to start off pretty much the same. So the variations get more and more as the song goes on, okay? So first verse, you're going to basically do 6 bars of A5. So all that pretty much standard, and then E5, 2 bars, bars 7, 8, and then 5 bars of A5. Basically the same as the second half of the intro. Okay, so once you've done 5 bars of the A5, E5 for 1 bar, and then back to A5. Cool, so now the variations start to kick in. It really does get quite interesting. Obviously he's doing it kind of a bit ad hoc, but again, if you wanted to do it more authentic to the original, then definitely stay tuned. So second verse, you start off the same, the first 2 bars of A5. And the third bar, I think I can hear this, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you just put your pinky on there and do that A sus on the start of beat 4. 1. Okay, and then bar 4, A5 is normal. Bar 5, A5 is normal. And bar 6 is normal. And then this time, E5. Then he does an E over G sharp right at the end on the start beat 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And then here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the and of 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Put your third finger on that C sharp minor over E chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And then A5. And then A5. A sus 2 on the start of beat 2. And that's the only thing you do in that bar, apart from the A5. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then A5 again. 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4 and the A sus 2. Then A5. Then A5 again. Okay, and then you're going to do the E5. This is the last 3 bars of the second verse. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that's the one where you put your third finger on the A string. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and now we're going to do a penultimate bar, second verse. 1 and 2 and 3 with the A sus 2, and then back to A5. And this time, final bar of the second verse, you start with the A sus 2, go straight off to the A5. 1 and 2 and 3 and then 4 and the A sus 2. So cool. So now on the third verse, okay, and now it goes to the D5. Just same picking pattern. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2 bars of this. A5. I think we do 5 bars of this. Then E5. And then another E5. Now a second half of the third verse now. A5, 2 bars. Now. Again, stuff like that is so awesome. So classic blues sound here. A5, 1 and 2, and then hammer on, 3 to 4, hammer on. And then 2, 4, 2 on the D and G string. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. A5, middle finger, hit the 3rd fret E, hammer on to the 4th fret A, and then hit those 2 there. 2, 2 on the D and the G. Put your 3rd finger on the 4th fret G, D string, and then back to that. So just that variation alone is worth learning. It sounds great. And A5 for 2 more bars. E5. Okay, and then this. Slight variation on that previous, which we're going to use a lot. So this is the penultimate bar in the third verse, 1 and 2. Then you're going to put your third finger on that A over C sharp, 2 hits, back to A5, then the F sharp minor, third finger on the D, then back to the A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and then final bar is just A5. Cool, then we're into harmonica solo 1. I can't play harmonica as well as Bruce, so just blagging it a little bit on the walkthrough there. So here we're going to do that kind of cool bar that we just did a minute ago. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So it's 3 A5s, 2 A over C sharps, back to A, 5, and that one where you F sharp minor over A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and then the next bar, second bar, harmonica solo 1, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Just put the third finger on the A over C sharp. Do the same for the next bar. And then the same rhythm for the next bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and then just put your third finger on the D string this time. Then F sharp minor over A, then D5, and this. Okay, so get great for your blues rhythm playing. If you're a blues fan, just fantastic. So D5, 1 and 2, and then and of 2. Then you hammer on to that F sharp minor kind of over A shape, but we're only playing it from the D string. So 1 and 2 and 3, hit it again, and then go back to the D5. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Bar 7 now of harmonica solo 1. That bar we had earlier, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then the next bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So just play it on the D string rather than the A in the previous bar, and then go back to the one where you put it on the A string, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then do that bar another. So you do it 1, 2, 3, 4 times in a row. 2, 3, 4, normal bar of A, normal bar of E5, and then back to the bar we've just been doing a lot of. Cool, and then the final bar of the harmonica solo 1, I think he actually does this. So he stretches and puts his little finger on the 5th fret of the D. Cool, and once you've done that, you're on to the 4th verse. Okay, D5, same rhythm, classic pattern, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. This time you put the sus2, on the start of beat 4, 2 and 3 and 4 and you do that for 2 bars, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a little run that we've done before. 3 A5s, A over C sharp twice, A5, and then the F sharp minor over A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then A5. Then, and this time, for the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Just do a little bit more of the A over C sharp. So this is the 8th bar. No, it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7th bar of the 4th verse. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then E5. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Put your third finger on the A string. 4th fret on the start beat 4. 4 and then this time 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So just 2 hits there in the middle of the bar. 2 and 3 and 4 and. A5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you just do 1 hit there of the A over C sharp. And then this time 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So lots of rhythmic variations on where he's putting these chords. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and then next bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Slight variation of what we had before. So you've got 4 hits, this time A5, 1 and 2 and 3, A over C sharp, back to A5, then the F sharp minor over A, and the A5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you do that again. Then this bar, next bar, you're going to do this, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so you do the A sus2 on the and of 1, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and for the rest of the bar. Okay, and then E5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then that riff that we've had before now quite a few times, A5 3 times, and then back to A5, that one, and come off. Okay, and then do that riff again. Okay, really classic blues riff. So now 5th verse. Okay, so we're doing A5, 1 and 2 and start off beat 4, put your 3rd finger down on the D, take it off, and then this time 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that classic kind of passing note riff. Sounds great. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you do that again and again. And this time you're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and basically a normal bar A5, and then this time 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and A sus2. The last 3 hits. Okay, in the next bar, E5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and go back to the 4th fret A note, 1 and 2 and on the start beat 4. This time you're going to do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Again, so he's doing this kind of ad hoc, but obviously I'm aiming to replicate it pretty much spot on how he did it in the record. And then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that chord passing rhythm there, we've done loads. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and then the next one, do the same thing. And then the next time you just do one more note on the A5 before doing that run. And then back to the normal one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And then at the end of this one here, you're going to do this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you do the A over C sharp, 1 and 2 and 3, A sus2, E5 for a whole bar, and then the normal classic run riff. To finish off the 5th verse, okay? So now we're going to go to the 6th verse, which starts off with the F sharp minor over A riff. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and at the end of the bar, 4 and A over C sharp, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then normal A5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and the next bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and A over the D string 1, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Same again, this time slightly different. You're going to do sus2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. sus2 on the and of 2 and start beat 3 there. Then next one, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Slight different variation there, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then E5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, E5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So very similar to the riff we've had before, but on the E5, not with the A5. E5, E over G sharp, E5, C sharp minor over E, back to that, and you do that bar again. Very clever, and then A5, A riff, which we've done loads. Okay, so you do that 3 bars, that A riff, so 4 bars, 5 bars. On the 5th bar though, go to the A sus2 at the end. He often does that leading to another chord, E5, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So here you got 3, 5 and 3 and 4 and then A5. That classic riff. Cool, now into the outro harmonica solo. Okay, so D5, This time do the 4th fret as well. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and on the start of beat 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that's the A minor, A sharp, F sharp minor over A. And then this time, bar 4, harmonica solo 2. You just changed it so does that at the end of the bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and then A5. You just do it at the start of beat 4, and then you do that again and again. But this time change on the end of 2. So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Again, lots of variations here. E5, and then E5, carry on. I think he adds his pinky, and then really giving it some before the last sort of section of the harmonica solo 2. So that last one there, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Make it a fuller E5, and then we've got A, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So he almost speeds up here. That's that classic 1, 2, 3, 4. So on the 2 and the 4, add that. Very classic blues way of playing this. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 2. The 3rd bar just changes it up again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Just put that on for just the start of beat 3. Then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. E5, normal bar. A5, the classic. And then another bar. Just finish on an A5. So the actual song fades out on record. So the actual core progression is actually really simple in terms of, you know, E5, D5. But if you really want to get to the close, you know, closeness of the kind of original classic record, then I'd definitely try some of those embellishments out. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. Any comments or suggestions, let me know down below. Subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications if you haven't already. Any questions about getting any tabs on the JS Music School store or Subscribe Star, so you can get this tab in PDF format, Guitar Pro format, and there's loads of other goodies on there. And Subscribe Star, there's a little bit more value for money on there. So that's subscribestar.com/Bruce Guitar, and then jsmusicschool.co.uk. There's a shop there, all the stuff on. So thanks as always for all your support. See you next time. Cheers. Bye.
like to get Guitar Pro files, tab PDFs, backing tracks from any of these tutorials, head over to either the Subscribe Star page or my website jsmusicschool.co.uk. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Thanks very much, see you on the next one.